So I'm outside the workshop now, and basically what we've got to build is an extension that is going to house the extraction fans. So we're going to start here and then run down and then end at that window there, which will be blocked up. It's about 6 meters in total. So I'm thinking we're going to build a ledge that comes out. I've already started digging the hole to fill with concrete, and I'm going to have basically 3 pillars of concrete in the ground, or however you want to call them, foundation blocks, and then I'll make the rest out of wood, and it will basically hover. Because of the roof line, we're going to have to hover the floor of it probably down to this block here, so we can get the fans in and then a roof. I'll double check the sizing. The fans are, well, probably 600 round, but obviously by the time you get everything else, they're about 750 wide, or 750 high, 700 wide. They've got to be stacked one on top of the other, sucking out that way, because this extension is only going to be 800 wide, or maybe a meter wide. These are only 800 out, but obviously I can make it overhang slightly, but I need to keep underneath clear for water. Obviously there's no guttering on this roof, which there might be later, but at the minute there isn't. So yeah, there's going to be 3 foundation blocks running all the way down. I'm going to do both end ones, and then I'll just measure where the middle one goes. It doesn't really matter because it's only going to be holding a wooden frame up basically. The end one though, that one over there, is going to take quite a bit more weight because you're going to have 2 fans stacked. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but we'll pass that bridge when we get to it. So I've got my 3 holes dug now. They're not very deep, probably, I don't know, because it's not going to be, this is obviously a massive ledge, but it's not going to be from up there. It's obviously the lowest point is there. So what's that, probably 12, 16 inches, something like that. Another one there. They're roughly 800 out from the wall. That'll be the full run of 6 meters. So I'll get these filled up with concrete to set. I don't know whether to put a bit of stud work in, so then I can adjust the heights and things. So I just found some 16mm stud and nuts. So what I'll do is I'll cut them to, I don't know, what are they, 400mm, something like that. And then we'll have a section poking out of the ground, and then I can mount the wood to that off of the base plates. We'll obviously wind this to the correct height. Base plate goes in, wood goes on the top, and that bit of the stud goes in the wood. And then I can wind the wood up and down. So I've got these 3 concrete plates in place, or whatever you wish to call them, and there's just a 16mm stud and nut sticking out there. So that's all 3 of them done, and now I'm just taking out the window so I can brick it up with them bad boys. Annoyingly, they made the window to fit the panes and not the blocks, so it's 3 and a bit blocks wide on each one, which is a real pain in the tits. I'm going to get the frame out now, and then I'll basically lay out the blocks. Well, I've got to chisel off this little ramp of mortar, but then I'm going to lay out the blocks and see what sort of design I can get. But that's quite a large part of the block. I don't think I'm going to be able to fill that. We'll see. So I've now got the window blocked up, and I've got this single board falling down on the bottom, and this is going to be basically the height of the extension. So basically it's going to have a bit of 100 by 100 there, and then a floor level, just because it gets absolutely, well, it looks like a little river underneath, so I didn't want it all the way down. So then it's a case of making the framing that's going to go all the way down to that other window right down there. There's some of the framework. That's the first length, so hopefully I'm going to get that up today, get it roughly located in place, and then I'll build the rest of it. Alright, so that is the framing finished up. Obviously very basic, but it's going to be sheeted with, I think, 3 or 4mm ply on the outside. Then I'm going to put a weather shield plastic wrap around it, and then I'll shiplap the whole lot. From the other side, you can see down there the concrete post on the end there. Tied them all together as well, and there's that window hole that I've blocked up. So from this side, obviously got me concrete, with my 3 concrete plinths that are in, or whatever you wish to call them, the opening of the window, and then you can see I've got one section down there So that one's got a bit of wood running through the middle, and the fans are going to stack up 1, 2 to about 1500 high. And we're going to basically, well, trying to walk backwards through this. We're going to place down 8 or 10 mil ply on top of this. It's going to be a bitch to cut out because it's got to go around each join. And obviously the only reason I've done all this is so I can put me insulation or sound deadening through each one. So I'll put plywood on the outside of this as well, like that 3 mil ply on the outside. So yeah, should be good. And throughout the year I'm going to have to weed kill all the way across the edge and around the sides and stuff. Make sure that no plants start lifting up. As you can already see, they're already touching. I'll clear them off obviously, but otherwise the wood will start to rot, I'd imagine. This is between C16 and C24, like there's a mix of stuff I had lying about, and it's obviously treated, so hopefully we won't have too many problems. Got the first board in, a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I've cut it slightly short so it lines up with one of the end bars. Slotted in okay, so I'll do the others. Bit of gaps, but I'm probably going to run around with either some sort of a sealant or acoustic solution, or maybe even just fill it with expanding foam. But a few others to do. I think I've got another two to cut out. So I'll just walk the fan through this gap all the way through. Obviously these are going to be filled up with 100 mil rock wool, but the one where it sits isn't going to have any insulation in it. So yeah, I've just walked it through here, very difficult, and it's in place. The other one's going to be stacked on top. I'm basically just going to cut a double one of them without the fold and the feet on it, bolt, so that'll fit perfectly, and that'll bring the next fan. So I've marked on the side here, that's that fan there, and the next one comes up to there. So basically just enough room. And then what I'll do is I'll cut a sheet of ply with 2 circles in it, bolt it straight up, and then I'll probably just glue these surfaces on to the back of the board basically. So hopefully that will stop any reversion of air getting dragged through. But that's the first one in. I'm not going to grab the other one because it's bloody heavy. Got the outside part boarded up now. That's I think 3 mil ply, so nothing crazy. And we're going to staple this permeable breathing sheet to the outside. So obviously I'll work my way up from the bottom, staple it all the way up. I've still got the roof to do, which the wood should be coming from that. That is going to be 8 mil ply. Yeah, no, 9 mil ply, because I don't do 8 mil ply. 9 mil ply running across the top. Then I'm going to sheet the whole thing with this, just staple that on, and then over the top of that will be shiplap across the sides or across the ends, up the front, or whatever you want to call it. And then the roof, I'm going to buy some terracotta-y coloured plastics roof panels, I think, and then boom, 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 all the way across. So it's looking pretty good inside now. Looks nice and dry. Obviously I've got the tarpaulin up, but so the fan does rotate in here just. That was complete by accident, as I was going to end up loading it through the side and then getting it all in place, but as it worked out well. So on the end here, I'm going to put expanded mesh all the way down. Hopefully that'll have enough space for the airflow to go through and stop bigger animals getting in, I guess. I assume a bee and a wasp are still going to get in and maybe try and make their nests, but hopefully it won't be too much of a problem. I don't really want to get small enough mesh that, well, maybe, I don't know. I'll have a look for some other mesh, but I was thinking expanded mesh because it's so cheap. It's like, even stainless steel is like 50 quid a sheet or something, so I only need 2 sheets, one for this opening, one for the actual end opening. But yeah, I may have to look a bit further into that, have some sort of welded wire mesh that's really fine. But it needs to be at least sort of, I'd say probably, looking at the size of them holes, got to be like 70% open at least. Otherwise I'm going to cause a huge restriction. So to staple this permeable sheet, I'm going to use a heavy duty stapler and just some 10 mil staples. And I'll cover from the ground up, so it should be only 2 layers. So it'll be floor up, and then the final one up the top. So when the 8mm ply arrives, I'll run it across the roof and then I'll cover it again with the plastic breathable membrane. That's the entire lower half of the vapor barrier on. And I've also stuck another block each side so I can put a batten across. Insulation's going to go in there. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, subscribe, hit that bell and get the notifications. You can also check us out on Facebook. The link's going to be in the description. Thanks for watching and we'll see you soon.